According to the original novel of The Prisoner of Beauty, Qiao and Bai Zi actually had a very happy ending. They even had a child earlier than Zhao Qiao and Wei Xiao. However, the drama has been significantly altered, and the storyline has long strayed from the original. Therefore, the ending of Qiao and Bai Zi has also been changed. If the plot was truly modified as leaked, then their love story is indeed extremely tragic. He fought on the battlefield, achieved glorious military merits, but the ending was far from good. General Bai Zi, from a war slave to commander of BOG, seemed to have grasped his fate. But the Qiao family, especially Qiao's father Qiao Yu, always despised his lowly background. Because of that, Qiao defied her father's wishes and eloped with Bai Zi. Not until she gave birth to their child did Qiao Yu change his mind, sending a letter saying he wanted to see his grandchild and urged them to return to Yanzhou soon to complete the wedding properly and officially. Hearing this, Bai Zi was overjoyed. He thought that finally his father-in-law had accepted him. Filled with happiness and hope, he and Qiao returned to Yanzhou with their young child. Unexpectedly, disaster struck. Lu Yan, once an old acquaintance of Qiao Yu, took the opportunity to appear and kidnap Qiao in the dark of night. It turned out that Qiao Yu had been deceived by Liu Yan's cunning slander, and planned to join hands with him to take over the state of Wei. And everyone knew that the BOG commander Bai Zi loved Qiao like his life. If she fell into enemy hands, he would have no choice but to surrender. Under coercion, Bai Zi temporarily obeyed Liu Yan's commands. But inside he was burning with resentment. With his natural strength, he directly confronted Wei Xiao without losing advantage. Back then, Bai Zi once promised Qiao, no matter what happens in the future, he would never harm Zhao Qiao or Wei Xiao. But times had changed, and the country was in turmoil. On the battlefield, every strike he launched carried deadly intent, while Wei Xiao only kept dodging, refusing to fight back. Seeing Wei Xiao couldn't bear to strike, Bai Zi felt both ashamed and angry. Gritting his teeth, he turned to look up at the high platform, where Qiao was tied up, her face pale, her eyes filled with despair. Below, the soldiers shouted and mocked him as a beast, only fit to be used by others. Seeing the two people she loved fighting each other, life or death uncertain, Qiao seemed to have made up her mind. Amid the urgent sound of war drums, she suddenly shouted toward Bai Zi, "You are the man I love, not a beast to be ordered around by others. My husband, if one day you recall this scene, just remember, I never once regretted it." After speaking, she smiled and jumped from the high wall. Right in front of Bai Zi's eyes, Qiao's body fell without hesitation. He rushed over, trembling as he held her in his arms, crying and screaming, "Don't die! I can fight anyone, kill anyone, just don't die!" But Qiao had already stopped breathing. At that time, the child of Qiao and Bai Zi had only just been born not long before.